Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. We got a quick little update for you guys to get you ready for Monday morning. This is going over everything from yesterday's video and the day before, so Friday and Saturday, giving you guys a little bit more details on SPY and AMC. We're going to do a little bit more deep dive into AMC, what we're looking at, support and resistance levels. That way it is drilled into your brain, what you are looking for this week. We're going to talk about the macro as well, and then we're also going to look at SPY, short term and long term, giving you guys an update and prediction on what we are expecting for this week and why I think we are going to see what I predicted in my weekly update and prediction. So if you find this video informative, go ahead and subscribe. Let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on.
Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. We're just going to be going over what we went over on yesterday's video and Friday's video. I'm going to be giving you a little bit more update and detail for AMC. So we're going to be diving into AMC a little bit more. I just want to talk about the fundamentals in the long game, just to make sure that everyone is not freaking out, because if we do potentially see the downside that I am expecting, again, I do want to be wrong, guys. I do want to be wrong. I literally want it to go up because I'm in the stock. I'll be surprised and I'll be happy if we do see upside. So it's not like I want the stock to go down. So don't kill the messenger. I'm simply telling you what the charts are telling me with the macro bear flag or the micro bear flag here on the smaller time frame. So again, it's not the end of the world. It's just a simple 50% retracement. If you go ahead and take the Fibonacci extension, you guys can, or Fibonacci retracement, take your top from your bottom, you can see that we literally came back to the 50% mark. This is literally nothing. We didn't even come back down to the 618, which is probably the target we're probably going to come hit around $8.78, $8.50 in that region. Again, the 618 is normally where you come down to for a retracement, and that would be the bear flag playing out with a slightly lower drop. Again, I do expect a little bit more downside possibly on Monday or Tuesday for AMC stock. And again, like some people were saying in the comments, they would rather it be sooner than later. Me too, guys. Me too. I'd rather it be sooner than later. Okay, I'd rather be sooner than later for this thing to actually break down and then start to recover, because I do think it is going to be a bullish recovery back to the upside once we do get the breakdown from AMC. And again, on the long term, I do think what we're headed for is filling the gaps. I think we're coming up to fill these gaps here. You guys already know all about the gaps here on the daily time frame and on the weekly time frame. We have 2 gaps on the daily time frame and 1 gap on the weekly time frame. And again, this is going to be filled. These gaps are absolutely huge, so they definitely will get filled. You notice that there's not a bunch of charts running around with gaps on them. Why is that? Because gaps get filled. But we are seeing the daily MACD start to curl down slightly. We are seeing the weekly MACD curl up. That means momentum is building, but we're also seeing the 4-hour MACD bearish. So again, this is showing that overall short term is going to be bearish, again, with the 4-hour MACD red and the daily MACD curling down. But the overall long-term aspect with the weekly MACD curling up and also these gap fills is bullish. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense to you guys. Again, on the short term, we're looking for some pullback on AMC, but on the long term, we are looking for more upside. So and it's not the end of the world to have this retracement. Again, right now we're at about 50%. We're at about 50% right now. And again, if we do see a little bit more, that would take us down to the 618, which is the golden 618, which is most likely what we are going to be seeing. Again, around $8.75, $8.50 are the supports that we are looking at. But we do have other supports, and I do have the key support and resistance marked here. So if you want each and every support and resistance, go ahead and watch the stream tomorrow. I will be live streaming tomorrow, so you guys can check that out. But again, just a few of them right off the top are $8.75, $8.50. Then we're going to be looking at $9.25 and $9.34 to be holding as support. Now, again, I do think we're going to see the flag form over a few days. I do think we are going to see this form over a few days, possibly Monday and Tuesday, and then break down Wednesday, but it could break down as early as Monday. So again, I talked about this in the earlier videos. If it does break down to the downside on Monday, then we can recover a little bit earlier. So if we do see a breakdown, then we can get our recovery a little bit earlier back to the upside, hopefully giving us that green week. But what I'm thinking is actually going to happen is we're going to move and accumulate over Monday and Tuesday, possibly seeing downside on Wednesday, and then move to the upside. Again, this is going to break down one of these 3 days, Monday through Wednesday. It's just when is it going to break down. Now, if we can manage to hold $9.34, possibly $9.25 as support, you could see an overall recovery back to the upside. But again, when in doubt, zoom out. The overall picture is that we want to see an overall uptrend. We want to see a higher low. And for that to happen, we could come all the way down to like $8, $7.50, and still make a higher low, which is a bullish continuation to the upside. So again, guys, it's not the end of the world right now. What we're seeing is actually still extremely bullish. AMC has been showing a lot of strength. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if she did surprise me and did push to the upside. But if we're looking at what the charts are saying, again, they're saying we're due for just a little bit more downside. Again, $8.50. $8.75. Most likely, you guys can see the 2-hour RSI is not yet oversold. If we go down just a little bit more, it will be. 4-hour time frame saying we have a little bit more downside as well. And again, if we're looking at the MACDs are telling us that we are bearish in the short term and then bullish in the long term. So that's what I'm looking at for AMC. Of course, we are seeing short interest come down slightly. That's not the end of the world. As far as SPY goes and everything goes, I will talk about that here in a second. But that is basically everything for GME or AMC. And again, we will be looking at this tomorrow on the live stream. Let's go ahead and just briefly go over SPY and give you guys an update. And again, this video is not much new information. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit more specifics on AMC and also give anyone an update and a little bit more information if they were interested in it. But guys, my weekend video over the daily update and prediction, and then Friday pretty much covered everything that we are looking at except for some of the stuff that I just went over on AMC. I'm going to briefly go over what I'm looking at for SPY. Again, SPY is potentially seeing a bear flag as well. This should accumulate over Monday and Tuesday. I don't have enough touch points to say that we will be drifting up like this, so I don't have enough data basically to say, hey, we're going to have a green day or red day Monday. Basically, we're waiting for this bear flag to break down. If it does break down Monday, then it would obviously be a red day. But if we do accumulate in the bear flag until we break down on Tuesday or Wednesday, then obviously Monday would potentially be a green day. So we really need to see what SPY does and where it's at and where the levels are. So the levels are going to be at 429.88. We're going to be watching this level very, very, very closely because it is going to be a key support and resistance. So we need to see if this does break. If 429.88 breaks to the downside, we're going to see a big drop down on SPY. Also, we are watching for this potential head and shoulders to form. This neckline, if it's confirmed as resistance at 432.20, 432.68, 432.50 in that range. If we see this yellow line confirm as resistance, you're going to see a big push to the downside, and I basically have it marked in this white price path that you guys see here. So again, we are looking for more downside on SPY, which would push SQQQ up because SPY is composed of a lot of tech, but SQQQ does move inverse of NASDAQ. I want to make that very, very clear. But right now, what SPY is telling me is it could move up a little bit because if we're looking at the MACD right now, it's kind of flipping bullish. So it seems like we could have a green day Monday, possibly even Tuesday, and then capitulate on either Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday morning. So this is what I'm looking at for SPY. We want to be looking at the key levels of 429, 429, I believe it's 429.88. Yes, 429.88 to hold a support. And then also looking at 432.50, 432.68 in that range, this yellow line here, to act as resistance. And if confirmed, major downside will be in SPY's future. You can also see that the dollar is slightly pulling back. It's kind of accumulating in this falling wedge type structure here. So I do think we could see the SPY react to that, because we'll see the SPY push up slightly because the dollar is coming down, but it's forming a falling wedge, so it's going to keep pushing up. I do think the dollar has a lot more room to move up, but right now it is kind of pulling back, which would be bullish for the market. Now, if we see the VIX pull back as well, you're definitely going to see a little bit pop to the upside, coming up to that 432.60, 432.50 level. If that confirms as resistance, be prepared for more downside. We're going to be watching this very closely on the stream, so make sure you tune in. But guys, this is everything for this video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. And remember, check me out on Twitter and Discord for more DataZero updates. And as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.
Alright, y'all, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. And remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.